Okay, so it's been a while since I vlogged anything. I think it was almost 3 weeks ago when I was doing some shoe testing for a race that I was going to do, and it's been almost a week since I actually did this race. So I did Challenge Turku last Sunday. Today is Saturday, August 5th. So it's been almost a full week since the event. I've been sick all week basically, and that's why I haven't really had a chance to do this race recap vlog, but I feel better now, and I decided that today's the day when I finally unpack the race and talk about what happened. So yeah, basically the event was called Challenge Turku, and it was also the national championship for the middle distance or 70.3 triathlon here in Finland. So it was not just a challenge event, they combined those two events there. We left or we went to Turku on Friday, so a couple days before the race, and that morning I woke up feeling a little sick. So I had like sore throat, I felt a little run down, and I was like, man, I'm never sick, and now like 2 days before the race I'm starting to feel bad. But I did my normal little preparations for the race. The day before the race was kind of disastrous because it was pouring rain, or it started pouring when I was doing my final bike ride. I got really cold, and after that I got stuffy nose, and that kind of triggered the illness, or made it worse. And I could not sleep the night before the race at all, basically, or that's how I felt. My aura said I did sleep, so usually the perception is a little wrong, but I felt like I couldn't sleep well because I was so stuffy, just feeling sick, and like my heart rate was just in my ears. And I woke up on Sunday around 6 a.m. and just felt ill, and I had like basically just panicked all night and contemplated whether it's a good idea to race. And on Sunday morning I was just like, man, like it's not my day, like it's not gonna happen, like I don't think I can race. But I just like, you know, I made breakfast, like kind of like I did the race plan breakfast. I had some coffee, I was watching Parks and Rec, that's my all-time favorite TV show, in the morning. I was in the bed. I had planned that I have to leave for the race around 7 a.m. It was like 6:40 a.m. and I was still in bed watching TV. But the TV show, like, it made me laugh and like made me more relaxed, and I was like, okay, you know, it's not gonna hurt me to go and try and just do like one event at a time. So I just decided that, okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna start and see what happens. But I was like so stuffy, like my nose was just so clogged that I was like, I don't even know if I can breathe. So like the swim sounds awful. But when I started my swim warm up, everything just came out my nose, and that just kind of like helped me to like I was able to finally breathe, and like I decided, okay, like the swim is going to happen. We'll see what happens after that. Well, I was so excited because the swim was my best swim, my best triathlon swim ever. So I had practice going out hard. I had never made the pack in the swim before, and I was like kind of nervous about it because I was like so like, oh, like I had decided that like this time I'm going to make the pack no matter what. But I was still nervous that what if I don't make the pack, even though I'm like trying really hard. So I decided to go out fast, and then really like, you know, like whatever happens, I'm just gonna like keep going fast as long as like everyone else is going fast, and then kind of settle. And to my surprise, I found myself like at the front of the race with another girl, and we were just leading the race, like the swim from the very beginning. And I know it's not smart to lead the race or lead the swim, it's easier to draft someone, but since I had finally made the pack, I just decided, okay, I'm just gonna like, you know, swim my own pace with this girl next to me and just kind of like see where it goes. I made a little mistake at the end of the swim, even though it was a super easy course, just kind of like out and back, and that's it. But I thought there was one more buoy that we had to go around before coming to the end of the swim, but then there wasn't, so I kind of like was looking around. Everyone made a move, and I ended up coming out of the water third, but like within like 10 seconds of the leader. So that was a great swim for me. I'm super happy about that. My transitions were awful. I heard Robert got a lot of feedback from people watching the race because my transitions were pretty terrible. First, I couldn't really get my wetsuit off. That was just my own mistake because I have a new wetsuit right now that I haven't tried more than a couple times before, so I hadn't practiced it enough, so I wasn't like quite used to the new wetsuit, but it was my own mistake. And then I felt like in general I was just kind of scrambling and my transitions were slow, but I feel like I still like got out relatively quickly, and I decided I'm going to bridge the gap to the front because some of the girls got away a little bit out of T1, but I bridged the gap and got myself up to second place, where I basically stayed the entire bike. I think the bike went well. I was riding my target power and I went a lot faster than last year. I rode almost 41 km per hour for the entire race and managed to keep my power up, and I was pretty pleased with the ride. I think that the new equipment that I have right now helped me a lot, and I was pleased with that. I came to T2 I think about a minute and 20 seconds behind the leader. I had issues at T2 as well. So first, like, as I was trying to get off my bike, my hamstring almost cramped up, so I couldn't really step over the bike. So I had to literally just stop and like get over the bike and then run to T2. At T2, I had to sit down to put on my socks and shoes because of the hamstring was like kind of like seizing up a little bit, and my socks were also a little bit too tight and too long, so I made a wrong choice there. So that took me a little bit more time to get the socks on. But I had decided that I'm just gonna go out and start running my own pace, and hopefully that's enough to bridge the gap. And no, I decided I'm not going to do anything crazy and heroic. Is that the right word? Heroic. Just to execute my own plan. So the run was like something that I was also a little bit nervous about because of my injury history, and like I hadn't done that many race pace workouts and definitely not any longer runs at pace. So I just kind of like wasn't sure if I could still run my pace. But to my surprise, I got out and I started running, and it felt really good, and it was actually decent pace. It was under 4-minute pace for the entire race, and I actually negative splitted the half marathon, so that was a positive surprise. It was 3.5 laps, and I just kind of took it a lap at a time, and I was basically the first lap I was running about the same pace as the leader, so the difference just remained the same after first lap, but then during the second and third lap I just kept getting closer, and at the second half of the third lap I managed to reach the leader, and I passed her about I think 5 kilometers to go, and just kept running the same pace basically still. Like I never really got any faster. I feel like I just ran about the same pace, and to my like surprise, I think I didn't think that I could run that good, and I finished the first place and had a 58-second gap to the second place at the end, and it was just a great race, something that I was super stoked about because it was my comeback after a big setbacks and my first national championship in triathlon. So I've won the duathlon nationals before, but I had not won a triathlon national championship before, so it felt super special. Also winning a professional race, and also my first race in the TTL kit, so it was a great day, and I was really excited and celebrated big time. And I feel like people often get used to winning, or they start taking winning for granted, and you should always remember to celebrate races and winning, and you know, you never know if you're ever going to do it again, so always remember to basically just not like think that it's something that's going to happen every single time. So I think celebrate and be happy about your success and just the ability to get out there and compete. It's a special thing and something that is not going to last forever. So I mean, I think this sounds probably pretty grim, but as someone who has had a lot of setbacks, I think just the ability to compete is a special thing. Yeah, I don't think I was necessarily the favorite to win the race, so the second and third place winners, they have been around for a longer time in the sport, and they are some people that I really look up to, and it was an honor basically to share the podium and the race with them. Minna and Heini, so Minna Koistinen and Heini Hartikainen, the second and third place winners, are definitely people that I've learned from a lot and I look up to. So it was a great experience to be in the race with them, and they are definitely tough competitors. Like Heini, for example, is a sub 9 hour Ironman triathlete, so she is definitely a big name. So I definitely think that it was a great race, and I am definitely honored that I get to race these women, and I get to take the win this time, but definitely wasn't easy, and I think these women are great athletes, and I am definitely surprised. I've got some questions about the race stats, basically, and data. I share everything on Strava because, you know, I'd like to be transparent, and I don't really care if people see my stats and my power and all that stuff, because I mean, it's a part of my job too as an exercise physiologist to, like, you know, work with data and share data, and I don't really mind. So, but basically, I did a sub 30-minute swim. I feel like the swim time wasn't exactly what I think I'm capable of, but I think it was like good that, okay, I swam under 30 minutes, felt comfortable, made the pack. That was everything that was important. I did exactly like 200 watts for the race on the bike. It was a little over 90k, so my device said it was 91.3 kilometers, and I averaged 41 k's per hour basically. Mine is like just coming to transition and running out of transition, those sections. So I did 2 hours 14 for the little over 90 kilometers. The run was a little short, so I got like 20.6 kilometers instead of 21.1, so it was like about 500 meters short this time. But I averaged 3:57 per kilometer for the half marathon. and did about 1 hour and 21 minutes. So with the 500 meters more, it would have been about 123 probably for the run. Never really faded. I think all my splits were pretty much like the same pace. So it's just funny because I feel like I just have this one pace right now and I can just do it forever. But yeah, I think that's kind of how it all looked like. Didn't win the transitions, but I don't think I was the slowest either, even though they were quite slow. So there's something that I need to work on for the next time. So my total time is 4:08:42, which is actually a pretty competitive time for a woman. So it's funny because last year I did 4:23 in the same race, and this year 4:08. And my goal for this year was sub 4:20. So I definitely exceeded my expectations, and I didn't think that I could go so 4:10 already. So I'm super stoked about that. I would highly recommend that race, Challenge Turku. It's a great race, super fast course. Turku is a great town. I really love it, enjoy going there every time. So if anyone is looking for a destination race, want to visit Finland, I would definitely recommend Challenge Turku. It's just a great race and great atmosphere and great people. So I would highly recommend that. So that's everything about the race. Now I'm just hoping to heal from this head cold and get back to training next week, doing a couple training races, and then gearing up for some more fall racing, which I'm going to talk about later. But yeah, that's everything for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.